Today, House Republicans are scrambling to come up with a new funding plan to avoid a government shutdown. The deadline to get a deal done is midnight. Earlier this week, House and Senate leaders came to an agreement on a deal. However, President-elect Trump stopped the plan, saying it needed to extend or get rid of the debt limit. Trump then endorsed a backup plan that quickly tanked on the House floor. Now, there's a mad dash to get something done. Democrats say it's possible, but the debt ceiling request would likely need to be scrapped. If a deal is not made, it would force millions of federal workers, including U.S. troops, Border Patrol agents, and TSA workers, to work without pay over the holidays. New at noon, a woman accused of hitting and killing a young boy while texting and driving has been found guilty. A jury convicted Amy Weiss this morning of careless driving resulting in death. The Larimer County Sheriff says she hit and killed Oliver Stratton in August of 2023. He was 10 years old. Investigators say she was texting when she hit him. She faces up to a year in prison and a possible fine. Sentencing is scheduled for March 7th. We have more on this case coming up on 9 News at 3. We've learned the victim, who Arvada police say was shot at work yesterday, was the Big O tire store manager. That victim is now in the hospital with severe injuries. They both worked at the Big O Tires on 52nd Avenue. Police say they got into an argument before one of them, Andrew Anderson, pulled out a gun. Police say Anderson shot the victim at least 2 times. The victim had surgery right away, but we don't know how he's doing today. Anderson ran away, but police caught up with him a couple hours later. Later today, we'll hear more about the kidnapping and torture case that happened at a troubled apartment complex in Aurora this week. Police say 2 people were kidnapped and assaulted Monday night at the Edge at Lowry. Police say the group let the victims go, then the victims called 911. 16 people are now detained. Police say they're all Venezuelans and suspected to have connections to the gang Tren de Aragua. Those people are now all in ICE custody. Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman and Police Chief Todd Chamberlain plan to talk about the case this afternoon. We'll have updates later today on 9 News. New today, a group of parents is suing to stop Denver Public Schools from closing 7 schools. The group Mama's Day DPS says closing those schools would cause harm. The lawsuit names the Board of Education, the board members, and the superintendent, Dr. Alex Marrero. The board voted last month to close 7 schools and restructure 3 others. The district says that decision will save the district money and account for declining enrollment. That decision led to immediate backlash. The district said it would not comment on the lawsuit. DPS officials hope artificial intelligence will help the district prevent a shooting tragedy. It's a program called Lightspeed. It monitors students' Google accounts on district-issued devices, looking for concerning messages. It flags everything from self-harm to bullying and violent threats. If the AI spots something concerning, it then alerts the Lightspeed team. A human with the company will then check it out. If it's a big enough concern, they'll call DPS dispatch. So far this school year, this is interesting, DPS says they've gotten in touch with more than 500 students about what Lightspeed found. The district says about 50 of those were an imminent threat to the student or someone else.
It's tough to quantify how many of those incidents would have ended in somebody actually getting hurt. But again, that's why we err on the side of caution.
Lightspeed also tracks and translates multiple languages, and it updates to follow new slang. It sure is beautiful out there. Check that out. It'll feel more like October than December this weekend. Joining me now is Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact team. Keely, on a Friday, all eyes are on that weekend forecast.
I'll tell you what, the weekend forecast is looking fantastic. Winter officially starts tomorrow, by the way, and it is certainly not going to feel like winter tomorrow. Temperatures climbing into the low 60s. We are already in the 60s at DIA. Can you believe this? 66 degrees at DIA right now. Winter starts tomorrow. Unbelievable. We have this ridge of high pressure building in, and that is going to bring us warm, dry conditions today, tomorrow, and right on through the weekend. Mostly sunny today. Our forecast was 62. We've already blown that out of the water at DIA with temperatures climbing into the mid 60s. So we're looking at 50s and 60s across the plains, 30s, 40s for the high country. Your wind gust forecast going to still be another breezy day in the foothills, but winds across the plains, not too much of an issue. Things pretty calm as we head into your first day of winter tomorrow. So warm and dry. We have a mild weekend ahead. Light mountain snow in the forecast for Sunday into Monday, and possibly even a little bit of precipitation Monday to Tuesday. Warning here in the metro area, but again, no impacts with that. And we are talking about and tracking a Christmas storm. We'll have more on that coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
thank you so much. Xcel wants to modernize its power grid in Colorado, but they want more money from customers to do it. The nearly $5 billion upgrade would handle more homes with solar panels, 400,000 electric vehicles being charged, and 300,000 heat pumps on homes and businesses. Xcel says that will require 35 new substations across the state. An electrical engineering professor at the Colorado School of Mines, who is not paid by Xcel, understands the need.
Failure of, let's say, one transmission line or one generation plant can have a domino effect, ramifications across the state. So you might have like a brownout or a blackout for a significant part of the states.
The Public Utilities Commission will have the final say on the dollar amount Xcel can charge customers. Xcel says the average an electric customer pays right now is about $97 a month. Utility officials estimate that would go up $1 a month starting in 2026. By 2029, it'll almost be $9 more a month. The Broncos lost to the Chargers last night, but it hasn't taken them out of the playoff picture. That picture just isn't quite as clear right now. They have an 85% chance of getting in, but to clinch this weekend, they need the Colts, Dolphins, and Bengals all to lose their games. Denver came out looking polished as they have all season. It was amazing. They led at the half. The offense scored on 3 straight drives, and the defense only allowed the Chargers into the end zone 1 time in that first half. But then, yeah, you saw it. Everything seemed to shift in that second half. Costly penalties and stalled drives helped the Chargers regroup and come all the way back. The Broncos lost 34-27, and their record is now 9-6. They're also 1-6 against teams with winning records this season.
We had a fast start, was encouraged by that. And then uncharacteristically this season, we didn't finish or play nearly well enough in the second half, both offensively and defensively. Time of possession, the third down numbers, our rushing numbers fell off in the second half. Credit Los Angeles for fighting their way back in, and we didn't make enough plays in the end.
They play the Bengals next Saturday, December 28th. The last game of the season will be up against the top team in the league, the Chiefs. You can watch the Avalanche for free tonight on our air. They're coming off a 4-2 win against the San Jose Sharks last night, but coming into the third period, they were down 2-1. The Avs would go on to score 3 straight unanswered goals to win the game. Joel Kiviranta was the star of the night with 3 goals. The Avs are staying in California to take on the Ducks in Anaheim tonight. You'll be able to watch the game over on KTVD Channel 20. Puck drop is set for 8 p.m. Our coverage starts at 7:30. If you ever need gas in Denver, in most cases you don't really have to look that far, but a new proposal could limit where they're built. And a winter tradition continues, a train trip to the mountains with some scenic views.